Greetings from the Garden State Council. My name is Daniel Palolo. I am the Lenape Lodge OA Chief. Citizenship, leadership, and fitness are some of the foundational principles our Scout Oath and law is built on. The Garden State Council presents leadership lessons from leaders in the scouting movement from here in South Jersey and beyond. We look to explore what it means to be a leader. We will hear from leaders in various fields about how scouting's leadership skills have equipped them to be successful in their lives and careers.
Hello and welcome to the virtual leadership series presented by the Garden State Council. My name is Patrick Linfors and I serve as the Scout Executive for the Garden State Council. So I was asked to produce a video on the topic of scouting leadership. And just as a young person doesn't become an Eagle Scout without leaders who support and encourage them, the same goes for a Scout executive. So I thought the best way to talk about leadership in scouting and this career was to bring in some of my mentors for this conversation. So with us today, we have a very special guest. Ron Oats is recently retired from a sterling career in the Boy Scouts of America. He and his wife Eileen live in Central Florida. Ron most recently served as the BSA's National Chief Diversity Officer and Southern Region Director. Prior to that, he served as the Scout Executive in the Central Florida Council. He was the Deputy Regional Director in the Southern Region. His first Scout Executive role was in the Gulfstream Council, and that followed a run in the South Florida Council where he served as everything from Associate District Executive to Director of Field Service. Ron and I started working together in 2006 when Ron came to the Central Florida Council as our new Scout Executive. I'd been on the job as a District Executive for just about 6 months, and I worked for Ron for about 8.5 years. He promoted me to Senior District Executive and Field Director before helping me move up and out to serve as the Director of Field Service in the North Florida Council. And fun fact, in the 1980s, when Ron started his career with the Scouts in South Florida, he served as an Associate District Executive, I think I got that right.
That's correct.
In the Thunderbird District, and that's the same district I was growing up in at the time as a Scout. So Ron, welcome to our virtual leadership series. How are you?
Good morning, Patrick. I'm well. Good morning. I'm delighted to be to join you here this morning.
Excellent, excellent.
I like the beard, your beard, let me get started by, we're going to talk about leadership. And, one of the things that in leadership I always focused on was look the part, right?
Right. That's right.
Remember when I arrived down in Orlando in 2006, when half the staff had beards on, and I said, all the beards must be shaved and no more casual looking. Everybody's gonna wear a suit and tie every day. We're gonna look like IBMers.
True story. True story.
Now I have a beard on you. I'm in retirement.
Yeah, hey, it's all good. You earned the right to wear that beard. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I just thought I'd reflect on that with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, and for the proof here, I have a funny picture behind me here. This is the Central Florida Council staff circa 2007 or 2008, and as you can see, Ron's in the middle there, and I'm to his left if you're looking at it. And yeah, none of us have beards.
Clean.
That's right. So Ron, when you were coming up in this career, and you had some great mentors as well, and you certainly shared lots of stories with us over the years. How do you define leadership, looking back on your career, and whether it's raising kids or scouting leadership or any aspect of your life? How do you define leadership?
Well, Patrick, at the end of the day, leadership is leading people. It's all about people, right? Not widgets, it's people, leading people. And you have to really set the direction of where we're going. The team, the patrol, the service area, the staff, the board, if they don't know where you're going, they're not going to follow you. So it's just as simple as that. And I know this audience is partly troop and patrol. So as a senior patrol leader, as you're leading those patrol leaders and the scouts, being your authentic self, and know and understand what you're really good at. Know yourself. Knowing yourself is part of being a leader. And then, in my view, and most commonly thought, and you build a team around those who you recruit around you, who can help you, really help you in areas that you're not as strong in. And so you define leadership is really simplifying things, knowing that it's all about leading people and leading the team to growth. Healthy things grow. And so building that team to help you grow.
Thinking about, a young person that might be in a new leadership position in a troop, or even a new district executive learning a district, you're going to come across those folks that you're trying to lead that aren't buying what you're selling, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
So maybe some thoughts or examples of times where you've had to, help somebody get over the hump or convince somebody to head in this direction. How did you help? How did you get them on board with you?
Well, and that's constant communications with the individuals. One is I certainly have always believed in visible leadership, and visible leadership. You inspect what you expect, and so if you have a staff member or you have if we're talking to our young scouts, you have a patrol leader who is not. Not showing the scout spirit, if you will, and rallying his patrol, spending some time to try to find out what are the weak areas and how can you, as the leader, the senior patrol leader, or in a staff involved area, how can you assist them identifying their weaknesses and identifying what they can be good at, and try to build a plan around to help them accentuate what they are really good at. Years ago, in the early part of my scouting career, one of my staff leaders said, identify the one thing that you can really, really be good at, and really, in professional scouting, we have so many things we have to do, but there's one thing that you try to really identify that if it's fundraising or recruiting top board members or recruiting kids, doing rallies in school. But what's the one thing when they say your name? What's that one thing when they say your name? Oh, he's going to kill it here. It may not be that good over in this area, but this area here. So many times, Patrick, we've had teams where we know we have a person on the staff that's weak in this area here. Well, but he's a heck of a fundraiser, or he's a heck of a volunteer, keeping the volunteers feeling united with the overall view and vision of the council. And so we try to supplement with the whole team, right? And so, and again, for our scouts, so you have a patrol leader or one of the position description that someone is not doing as well, you're going to try to build a team around him. And him or her now, right? Where you can help them grow to the next level. What are the training aids? What are the teaching, aids that we can provide that additional training to help this individual continue to grow and advance in scouting?
Yeah, excellent. I'm hearing, asking questions and listening, right, is
right.
Really one of the key ways to lead, is figuring out where do they want to go, and then can we work together to go in the same direction. Great stuff. So, it's part of the scouting program, certainly, where we share with young people that our mission is character education for the future, right? Our product is very much an intangible. We're laying a foundation for the rest of a young person's life. By doing a lot of fun stuff. So any thoughts that, for the young people that are watching this, that are looking ahead to college and a career, how should they take what they've learned here? What have they learned here that can help them be leaders down the road?
Well, Patrick, I brought with me the Senior Patrol Leader Handbook. This is an excellent management tool. The information that's packed in here is applicable in any environment. It's about leading people, and the skills that you will learn as a patrol leader, a senior patrol leader, are applicable in any setting, be it government, armed forces, industry, any sector. So I would, as we talk to scouts, I would just the skills that how to lead people. I started my comments by saying it's all about people, right? And being in a troop environment, it's all about leading people. And so I think Patrick, is very applicable. In page 85 of this handbook, I read through something. It says, how do you know that you are leading well? Or something like, how do you know that you're leading well? And it said, have a good attitude. Act with maturity. Again, we talk to scouts now. So it's a scout audience. It said, be organized. And the last part I like, Patrick, it said, look the part.
See, you were just preaching the handbook. I love it.
Yeah. It said, look the part. So, and you're leading well when you know that you're doing your best.
Absolutely.
Right? You're doing your best. And so that's what I would say to our scout audience out there, that the skill sets, the experiences that you have in a troop meeting will be applicable to any, when you go to college, if you choose a trade, if you choose the armed forces, what you're learning in that troop environment is applicable. And to our adult leaders. If you're not in management in your profession, your work, you're leading people, and the skills that you learn, the training courses that you're taking scouting from Wood Badge, we know the testimonies that we receive from a cross section of our leaders, that those training modules help them in their professional experience and in their family as well. So at all sectors of our program, there's the skills that we learn to lead boys and boys leading boys become applicable throughout the general society.
That's awesome. Yeah, great reminders, great stuff, great things to think about. You and I, I'm sure, have had conversations with young people, whether they worked on summer camp staff or they're active in the Order of the Arrow. You start having conversations about our profession, about our scouting profession, and 9 times out of 10, a scout goes, "Wait, you can do this for a living? You can work for the Scouts, right?" So for a young person that may be interested in our career and this career path, certainly a small dedicated profession, but you can make a great life out of it, and obviously have a positive impact. What would you say to them about the profession and what they should think about moving forward?
Well, it's a wonderful, exciting profession. I had no experience with scouting. I was not a scout as a youth. And one morning in 1982, I guess it was 83, I was looking through the Sunday ad back in the days, before all the internet, and saw something that said Boy Scouts of America, and it said company car. And I was intrigued by it and found out there's this whole profession that folks were getting paid to go to camp. And I couldn't believe it. And I said, well, maybe I'll go, let me check it out, and perhaps I'll do it for a year or two and then go get a real job. Well, that turned into 37-year career. And I started out, just organizing scouting, as you said earlier, in Thunderbird District, organizing troops and throughout South Dade, Miami. And then became aware of this wonderful career and so many different opportunities that you have in scouting. So it's a wonderful career track. As you read earlier, my resume in terms of my bio and the different cities had the opportunity to work in, and it's something that I would encourage you to look into. And you don't have to, there's so many different facets of the profession that you could be in retail, you can work at a higher venture base, you can excel at fundraising. You can be executive director like you are, Patrick. We call that scout executive. You can be an executive director, leading a team. It's nationally, it's over 7,000 employees. My most recent assignment as regional director is, 13 states of the southern region. I was headquartered in Dallas at the national office. So 13 states, 87 offices, we call council offices, 1,600 employees in that group. So starting my career with no scouting experience, and 1983 and 1987, I was promoted to what we called then district director, and I was leading a team of 4 or 5 guys. And I said earlier that someone said to me, identify what you can really do well. And early in my career, recruiting and organizing a pack and a troop was the thing that separated me from everyone else. And, I had a lot of success there. And then the second leg of that, as I grew into increased responsibility, recruiting senior executives from a broad range of industries was the thing that separated me. So I identified in this profession, the thing that can separate me is recruiting youth into scouting, and then recruiting top executives to the district committee, to the board, the council board, was the thing that would separate me. And that area of focus carried me in my professional journey and to my most recent assignments.
Yep, and I'm hearing echoes of conversations that we had over the years in Central Florida, without a doubt, and certainly it impacted me throughout my career. So I got to share. In my office, I have a whiteboard, and every time I hear a quote that I want to hang on to for a long time, I write it up on this whiteboard. So it's kind of etched in history because I don't erase it; it's just there. And Ron is on the board and will always be on the board. And he had a bunch, but and I'm sure you didn't come up with this originally. You snagged it, but you said it a lot, and I loved it. Yeah. And it was, God provides food for all birds. He just doesn't put it in their nest. God provides food for all birds, but he just doesn't put it in their nests. And I glom on to those. Hey, if you got to work for it, I'm in. Right? If it's worth working for, I'm in, I'm ready for the work. And that's what that message meant to me, is that you can get there, but you got to work for it. So.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to end with that.
Oh, sorry. Well, then let's wrap it up. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
so,
you impacted me so much. I took your ending for you.
Yeah. So, as we're again with the young scouters out there, something that I've been I share with my kids when they were coming up a lot too, is that, the more you learn, the more you earn.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're talking to our scout participants, that as they on the trail to Eagle, or whatever that might look like, I just want to salute them for being involved with scouting, and I want to salute your volunteers there. I'm proud of the work you're doing and things you're doing up there. Been up about a year and a half now, I believe, Patrick. And so, I know that's like, I say coming home, but I think that Jersey Shores area there and that surrounding area is known for this band. This band is what it's called. Man, what's this? Some little, podunk band like Bruce something.
So our territory, our exact territory can't claim Bruce. Bruce is a little further up
Oh, okay.
But this is the land of Bruce. The state of New Jersey certainly is the land of Bruce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Despite me being a diehard Bruce Springsteen fan, they still hired me and brought me here.
All right. No, well, Patrick, thank you for this opportunity just to kind of reflect on leadership. And as we started by saying, it's all about people. And I'm reminded of what a Scott executive said to me years ago, and it's really as simple as the golden rule. You treat people the way you want to be treated, and then you set out a plan and a path, and you treat folks with respect. A lot of good things are going to happen. And the picture behind you remind me of some fun stuff we did in those experiences. A lot of creative things. Dodgeball was one of the craziest things we would have thought of doing, but it was a way of rallying our team. We played dodgeball in the office after staff meetings and stuff. Remember those days, Patrick? I mean,
I can't do that now.
They can't do that now. No, that's just too much risk. But we thought of ourselves as innovators and doing things differently and trying to serve our community. And but I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity, just to kind of share some insight, and wish you all the best. And thank you for this opportunity.
Well, thank you, Ron. Thank you for your 37 years of service to scouting and all the lives that you've impacted. And certainly thank you for this opportunity to chat today on our virtual leadership series. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.
All right. Have a great day.